Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. Looking at the euro dollar this morning after the US Fed had done pretty much which was expected in my big picture recording on Monday. Now they've taken off any further increases for the foreseeable future listed on the statement. Which, as I showed on Friday, on Monday, was pretty much there. It's priced into the bigger picture, but well, the market's reacting anyway. It may have been they took a slightly softer touch and tone than some thought, but as I said, the picture, it was there. So I sort of somewhat distrust this. The euro still, to me, is not a strong currency. The US maybe has been a bit, as I said, there was scope for the US dollar to soften and the euro to push up. How far though? Well, I'm I'm really eyeing up this lovely 200 double top, effectively point where it could potentially get up to. Now, coming down the time frames, are there any clues here? Well, there's just about to say there was some 60-minute double divergence actually run across here. Hasn't yet run into its R1. It may just carry on running as it's so close to that 200. So we'll see how it is. Big bullish engulfing candle on the 30-minute time frame. This 60 minutes also bullish engulfing at the moment, could well end up that way. Now, where to? Well, if I was looking to buy into this, I'd need a retracement, but I'd be wary of a break of a trend line here. That trend line may just break and pull back to 21 and give us the point of a buy area, but it may come all the way back to the daily pivot. So there's a sort of a some risk sitting in there on this market, which is not totally clear. As I said, the euro is hardly a strong candidate to take over the dollar's crown, but we'll see. If it just consolidates and then starts pushing up, I'll be looking maybe at the longer side and trying to get into something there. So that's the euro. The pound. Let's have a look at the pound, similar, but so same here really. The pound does have better fundamentals than the eurozone, but of course it's got Brexit, and that's not looking good at the moment, is it? But what we're sitting here, nice bounce off the daily 200 8-moving average there yesterday. Solid sort of move. Where to? Well, where to is a bigger question. Maybe up to its R3. That dies away after today. At the moment, well, it's looks like it's riding the wave, really, isn't it? Although, let's have a look here. See, it's run into its daily R1 and having a bit of reaction to that. Again, it's a case of consolidation. It's got the daily pivot below, which could be a draw to this. If it consolidates where it is, I would be more likely to look for the long side and see if we can get a push back up, maybe even to the highs we saw on Tuesday's highs. Okay. Otherwise, if it starts breaking down, well, maybe the daily pivot it will be in scope. Okay, that's the pound, dollar, yen. So, big picture, well, started to take a roll then. It had, at the earlier part of the week, looked like it was going to pitch up, but it was just so consolidated, untradeable really. Where it sits at the moment, well, it's probably looking a little bit more solid, and well, same sort of picture though. It's an inverted euro almost here. Same principle applies in such a case. Yep, like the downside in terms of the daily picture here. Come back to the daily picture. Downside would probably look good down towards that 107.59 area where we've seen its previous lows, but whether that will do today at the current stage of things, I doubt it. There's not a lot to drive it today. We've got non-farms tomorrow, but that non-farms figure may have a lesser weighting on the week now. There's very little out today. Spanish GDP, European GDP figures out at 10. That's expected to come in lower than the previous. Actually, it's forecast at 0.2, so it's not. It's coming in online, but if that comes in any lower than previous, that could be the breaks for the euro. Aside of that, there's not that much there of any significance. It's all Canadian GDP is a monthly figure. It doesn't have much movement. It gives a bit of volatility, but nothing significant. We got German Buber president speaking at 4 p.m. this afternoon. So during our normal trading session, not a lot there. So at the moment, really, well, as I say, I wonder if some of these markets will just roll round, but the yen certainly looks solid. Pushing on towards the Aussie dollar. Well, finally broke out yesterday of the trend line. It was tapping on the door again when we were looking at it in the morning. Well, it managed to break through the 200s near enough there, and it's all gone in a day or so. So where from there, well, that'll be a first test. Look out for some resistance around that area. Remember, this R1 pivot on the monthlies disappears tomorrow. Well, I say disappears, it may be replaced with yet just another one, because the range, I don't know, the range is pretty big. These pivots, next month's pivots are going to be pretty big. I would suggest, given some scope for some volatility there. Okay, Canadian dollar. Okay, right, again, moved down towards 200. It's a target I was looking for if it ever broke earlier on, but it never broke until later. Sitting down there into the daily 200. Had a bounce off it already. This looks like it could break. It's broken before. Could break and roll over some more down towards its S2 there. Let's just have a look on the smaller time frames. What's going on here? Ooh, arguably, no, it's not divergence there, just running through. Well, I don't know, there's a bit of divergence in the hourly time frames. Similar picture again. If we see any sort of consolidation and a tap on the door to the downside, yep, that's a possibility. Otherwise, it looks to me like it could be pitching back towards its daily pivot. So there we go. Not the easiest day to trade when we've seen such big movements the previous day, and we're seeing well, some of these markets a fair old move this morning. I think I'll stick and keep an eye on what the euro does this morning. Here it's pulling off a little bit at the moment. It could set itself up to roll over earlier on, and it's certainly a possibility to get back to that 62 area from where we are. So it's about 40 pips in it. Okay, a bit less by the time it breaks the lows, but that could be my my favoured move if it happens. Right, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.